Welcome to Kilby's kitchen. Someone repaired that cabinet and it looks hilarious. All right. My wife doesn't see this because she's probably the one that did it. Parent. All right, so this will be episode 20 of my Lion Diet Challenge. And I keep thinking maybe I need to change it because I've started to introduce a couple other foods here and there, but I'm eating mostly just beef. So what I'm gonna do today for breakfast, well, it's almost lunchtime now, but I'm gonna eat a pound of beef, but I'm gonna try a couple just sunny side up eggs to put over it, because I don't mind runny yolks. But I have not had eggs since the beginning of the year. Yeah, so we're almost at the end of February here, but yeah, no eggs. That was good. I gave them up at the time that they became really expensive. But for some reason, I was like, man, eggs sound pretty good. Just use it as a nice sauce. Just up that fat content just a little bit. I'm really digging these organic ground beef, grass-fed, grass-finished stuff from Sam's Club Members Mark, because it's just in this pack. I don't have to weigh it. I mean, I have a scale and I could weigh it and I've done it, but it just takes one extra step out of my life. And, you know, being lazy. And the spatula's dirty. Saved a step. Now I got an extra step. So I've been resistant or just like really trying not to like add a bunch of foods into my diet, because when you go, I went the first 30 days, or actually 31 days of all January without just beef, salt, and water. But I'm adding things in. But I've had chicken. That's about it. I think I had a little bit of butter. I've had no dairy at all. But I'm trying to be really slow on adding anything back. So I'm gonna have a couple eggs, and I'm just hoping it doesn't like cause more inflammation and problems with me. I really believe it's the dairy that gets to me more than anything. But we will see if I start having a day tomorrow where I'm like, my shoulders are killing me. That won't be good. So there's my sign. But I did actually, I had, yesterday was my last day of physical therapy for my shoulders. Look what I could do. Look what I could do. Look what I could do. Now I still have like some impingement in it if I'm not doing it right, but I was able to do 10 weeks of physical therapy. And now I think I'm gonna join a gym, and I'm gonna try to get someone to help personal train me, where I can try to keep working on my strength, maybe building some muscle, but also not get injured. And a shout out to my friend Kevin that was teaching me in physical therapy. He was like going through and teaching me a lot of the things that I was doing wrong. You know, and one of them is not like keeping my shoulder blades back and down when I was doing bench presses and lats and all that kind of stuff, just staying in that position. He's like, yeah, you know, get your shoulder blades back. And I was like, I call this the, come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. He laughed. We bonded. A little bit of Wagyu fat. I think I'm gonna finish out this month of February, sticking to about 2 pounds of beef per day. I know I'm in a deficit, but I'll probably do a couple weeks of trying to find my maintenance and just stay there. 1 pound of beef, square. So I have my goal weight set at 206 pounds. I am currently 234 pounds. So I believe that's 28 pounds that I need to lose. And again, I'm not sure if that's possible, but that's my goal weight. So I got some advice saying, if you're trying to put yourself in a deficit, after a while, so your metabolism doesn't go down, you start adding in some more food. And you could use calories as like a number, just like if you're tracking. But the recommendation I got was it's 10x my goal weight. So if my goal weight is 206 pounds, my goal of calories would be 2,060, which I think is actually low for me. I'm thinking that my goal weight should probably not be 206 pounds. That being said, I'm gonna go for it. I know that like watching UFC fighters, so they'll weigh in and then they'll weigh in after like dehydrated their body And then they can lose like 20, 25 pounds worth of water weight on these cuts. And not saying that's what I want to do, but I'm just saying, like, you know, I wonder if I could get to a point that I could lose 15 pounds of water weight in a cut up I wanted to, and like get down to that weight. Not saying it's healthy, I'm not saying it's right. It's just the things my brain thinks of. Oops, cube of meat. I flip it, then I season it. Put it there, slap your mama. I'm a simple man. Once again, turn that down. 2 eggs. I don't think everyone needs the track, and I probably don't need to track. If I continue what I'm doing and maybe have days where I feel hungrier, eat more food, and then other days just eat what I've been eating, I'll be just fine. For instance, the other day when I was saying that I'm gonna eat 3 pounds of beef that day, I ate 3 pounds of beef that day, and I felt great. But then the next day, I wasn't as hungry. Imagine that. Sometimes I eat a little bit extra. I've ate a little bit extra the next day, I'm just starved. My metabolism is like a cranky woman. That's gonna get me in trouble. When I cook this hamburger, I cook it on one side, flip it to the other side, then I turn that heat way down so it's not that cooked inside. I've considered eating raw hamburger, but I just can't get myself to do it. But if it's cooked on the outsides and pretty rare inside, tastes good to me. I actually was considering last night making some tartare, where I just take egg yolks and mix them in with raw hamburger. Because in my mind, that's fancy. But in reality, I can't get myself to do it. Scoopsy in the pan. Flavor. I said sunny up, but I flipped them over because I can't handle snotty whites.
What do you say?
Now I'll just leave all this stuff for when my wife get home to clean up. Just kidding. Want to say thank you guys all for watching these Kilby Life videos and sticking around, watching this line diet experiment, and yeah, I appreciate it. If I could say anything, just to try to encourage anybody, take steps for your health and go on a journey and see where you end up, and keep reassessing and learning. Yeah, it'll be awesome. Not all the time, but you'll learn at least. All right, let's see here. Bam. What does an egg taste like? Pretty darn good. Wonder if a Hawaiian would eat that. Kilby out.